What's up, Toy Fam, and welcome to Throwback Thursday here on your Toytally Cool channel. And we've got the G.I. Joes on the table. Last week we did a fun G.I. Joe Cobra feature with Chip, the Raptor, Talon, and General Ledger. Pretty exciting figure. Hope you go back to all of our previous episodes on G.I. Joe and Silverhawks. But for this episode, we want to do the switch up. You know, it's if you would notice the pattern, we do G.I. Joe we did Cobra, then we did G.I. Joe. We'll do an alternate just to give everybody a little bit of exposure and nobody gets jealous. So for this week, we are doing another lesser known character until we're building, and if you would notice, we're building up to the more mainstream characters. But for this week, we're gonna do a review of the action figure of one of the lesser known G.I. Joes, and that is no other than David Bennett. His codename is creatively Big Ben. Last name Bennett, codename is Big Ben. And to top it all up, if you want to go as campy as you can, he is actually British. So he's Bennett. Bennett is his last name, and his code name is Big Ben because he's British. Big Ben in London. You can't make this thing. Well, you actually made it up, but you can't make this up, right? Okay, so let's go into detail as per usual. This guy is about 6 inches, but his actual height is 6.5 inches if he was actually a person. So let's go into the box, and the box shows you. It's funny that, you know, we've noticed that the G.I. Joes we've featured so far are in windowless boxes, while the Cobra figures that we've shown have plastic windows. It's not, I don't think it's intentional, it's just the way it's been done in terms of our own lineup. So this is figure number 77, and as per usual, you have the posed figure on the right, and you have, no, that's the left, that's your left, my right, and on this side, that's better, on this side you have the cartoon depiction or cartoon representation, and on this side you have the strip where it shows you his weapons. Now this one is pretty cool because it's probably one of the more jam-packed figures we've had so far in terms of weapons and alternate possibilities. This one has, we'll show you that later, it has an alternate head with a gas mask. It's got 3 guns, no knives though, no knives. So on the left, you can see, on the left flap, it's not the left flap because it's not a flap, it's a side. On the left side, you have the blue-ish cartoon with the QR code. On the left, you have a bigger version of the cartoon. And on the top, it says G.I. Joe Classified Series. At the back is pretty cool. It shows you his, I think this is the left arm patch, where it shows you that he is, you know, showing the Union Jack on his shoulder, the British flag, the flag of the United Kingdom, and then there's another one with another patch, and you can see his weapons, and we'll get into that as we open the box, which we will do just now. He is just like Jody Shooter Craig, member of the Night Force, hence you have the ink on the face. All right, so let's open him up. Okay, that was easy. Slit, slit, slit. Yes, yes, yes. Are you ready for this? Because I am. As per usual, this box comes with the footlocker box / footlocker, and as you can see, it says David Big Ben Bennett. It's his footlocker. On the top cover, it says number 77, which is his Place in the line, and on the back it just shows the G.I. Joe logo. Bottom, same thing, 77. I think this is supposed to be the top because it's got the handle. Okay, so let's open the foot locker. And as in the past, if you would notice, the Cobra box has the weapons and accessories in the clamshell. But since this particular packaging is plastic free, Hasbro placed everything in the crate and in a parchment paper envelope. So let's see what's inside. There's really no nice way to go about it than just to really rip it open. And we've got the saw, the squad automatic weapon. It's like a machine gun. This is what replaced the M60 or the M30. I'm not sure which, but this has been a standard for infantry. This is like their machine gun or heavy artillery or heavy weaponry. And then you have, this looks like an M4 or an HK. What? Are you sure? Because it's got two barrels. It's got two barrels. It's a double-barreled automatic rifle. That's unique. Now, okay, there's supposed to be another gun in here. There we go. This is an automatic pistol. An automatic pistol. The third weapon that it comes with is an automatic pistol. Looks like an Uzi because you've got the magazine in the grip. Okay. MC's, it looks like an Uzi or an Ingram. Now there are attachments to this, so let's start with this automatic pistol. It comes with a silencer or a, I don't know, this is a flash hider or whatever. It is a functional silencer that it sticks into the muzzle or into the barrel and makes this a little bit longer and possibly more stable. Okay. Now the second weapon comes with its own magazine. Okay, so this is a magazine. It sticks right in. All right, no point in having a gun with no bullets, right? Another fun fact about this weapon is that it has a functioning foregrip, so that he could hold the weapon and make it more stable when he's firing. Besides, you've got two barrels, right? And the last one is this one. It's got a magazine for the saw, the squad automatic weapon. It sticks in like so with the belt feeder on the left side of the weapon. And another cool thing about this is that it's got a functioning bipod. That way, when you're doing automatic firing and you're going rock and roll on this baby, you can put it on top of something for stability and just aim and blast away. Right? It's also got that handle over there. Right? Pretty nice. Doesn't come with any of the slings or any of that stuff, and no sights or whatever. But pretty basic for Big Ben. Now let's get to the reason for this episode. None other than Big Ben. Oh, by the way, sometimes this happens. You get lucky, and this pistol actually comes with an extra silencer. Now, why do I need a silencer? Two silencers for one pistol? You may be able to attach, since these are mostly generic parts or generic weapons, you can use this for other G.I. Joe's weapons. You know, for customizability. And this is the head it came with. It's got the hood, you know, kind of like an environment protection or whatever, PPE, personal protection equipment, and you've got the gas mask. Okay, in case he has to go into a structure that they threw tear gas in, and go rock and roll on some assailants. Now this one it's less complicated than the other ones because it doesn't have a plastic tie. It's got the paper ties, which makes it easier for removal from the case. And as per usual, this cardboard case has his drawing at the back, his cartoon depiction on the back. So you can't mistake. If you're gonna put these back in their boxes, at least you would know which one belongs to which, to who, or whatever. Who belongs to which, or which belongs to who. Yep, this is a toy show, not a grammar show. So let's set that aside and let's just, okay. That's tough. Alright, give me a couple of minutes as I free this baby up, loose the hands, loose the legs, and set him free. Set this aside. Wowee! Alright. Okay. That is unique. Okay, so there's the there's the Union Jack. There we go. That's the Union Jack. And he's got a belt of ammunition for the saw right across his chest, aka a la Rambo, you know. Okay. So let's do an articulation review. As with all the G.I. Joes, the articulation points are not just the base of the skull, but also the bottom of the neck. So, two things. There we go. So it goes up, and then the neck also twitches. Does it for this? No, not. Yeah, for this one too, but very minimal. Very minimal. Okay. For the shoulders, same deal. It's got an extra socket to allow it to move a little bit forward. If you look at the back, let's show you the back. There. It's not into the socket, and the socket does not just move it. There's also another one that makes you push the arm a little bit more forward. Too forward. I didn't see that happening, but let's put it back. The good thing about the G.I. Joes is that you can easily pull them apart, and they go back in without compromising the tightness of the joint. All right, so this ammo belt is like a backpack, and then you've got the bicep twist. Okay, bicep twist over there for both arms, and you've got my favorite feature of the G.I. Joe Classified, and I'll never stop raving about it, the pinless elbows, the double jointed pinless elbows. There we go. Nice articulation point. And then you've got the wrist that twists and bends. Okay, it's nice. And then, as normal for the G.I. Joe Classified series, it's got the ab crunch, and it's got the waist twist. All right, and then you've got the hips, not so much, because the uniform on this side stops it from going full split, but it's got the thigh twist, just like the biceps. Okay. And then, love this. The pinless knee joints make for amazing action poses, actually. I mean, if we put this on a stand, because there are holes at the bottom of his boot, you can put this like this. Put it on a stand, keep him stable. He can actually do a running pose, all right? And then you've got this. This is a nice point where you've got the top of the boot where it can also twist. Okay, there. That's a nice articulation. And then you've got the hinge on the boot, and it also goes in and out. In and out. Nice. Now, articulation-wise, it's standard for G.I. Joe Classified to have a lot of articulation points, sometimes making it quite difficult to pose them. He does not have a backpack, which defeats the purpose of having the hole on the back. But you can, like I said, you can mix and match. And there are other accessories, say from Action Force, where you can use other things to augment his look. So let's look at the face. Face is nice. You've got the war paint on. You've got I think this is a camouflage, war paint on the face. And then you've got very stylized, very textured, uniform. It's got all of these crunches, and it's got, I mean, scrunchy parts. You've got all of these textured parts, but it's not a flat uniform. It's like if you go into battle, you're not gonna have an ironed, a pressed, freshly pressed uniform. You're gonna see this. You're gonna see the bumps. You're gonna see the folds. You're gonna see the different textures, and then you're in the jacket. You would see some of the, some of the creases. So that's what I like about this. The second thing I like about this, the belt is functional. Like, remember the magazine on the magazine on the rifle? It fits right here. Where? There. There. It goes right in there. Okay. Another thing, the silencer on the pistol goes in here. So there's a lot of different looks this guy can have. And then you've got the pistol actually goes into a holster. It goes into a holster, my friends. Does it? There we go. Yeah. So he's carrying his machine gun on one hand. He's got his pistol on the holster. There's no place for the rifle though, which is kind of frustrating. I don't know how you can carry both the rifles because these are quite heavy. Okay. But I think he's pretty cool. The way he looks, the way he stands, amazing. Let's do a toy review. Let's do a toy review. Okay. So, yeah. Normally you don't hold a saw in one hand. But for all intents and purposes, he can. Because he's Big Ben. He is Big Ben. Okay. First impression, you can never beat the style of the G.I. Joe Classified series. It's got the necessary parts to make it look militarily believable or realistic. Okay? The magazines, the holsters, the different places on the belt. That's pretty good detail work. Now, first impression, I don't really like the windowless boxes. I personally love. If you ask me with this one or this one, I prefer this one. I prefer to see what I'm getting. But that's a minor thing, because if the toy inside is still as cool as this one, what the heck, right? Besides, if you're gonna open the box, you're gonna keep the toy outside. So yeah. Now, yes, it does look weird that he is carrying this with one hand, but there's more ways to pose him, which we're not going to go into for this review, not for the limited time that we have. Playability wise, again, top notch. Got the functioning foregrip. You've got the bipod that retracts and deploys. You've got the magazines that you can put in or keep out and put in the belt. You've got the gas mask, Night Force. So many different looks for this guy. So playability also there, together with shelf appeal. Because if you put all the Night Force people together, there's a common theme, and they blend really well into the Night Force category, or the Night Force team theme. All right? That's a tongue twister. Okay. Let's do a toy review. I'm sorry, price point. Again, G.I. Joe Classifieds are not that expensive. Maybe that's the reason why they're pumping out a lot, because you can collect them, because the price point is not that much. They have not even reached the $20 range. Okay, so they're still below $20 for most of them, for the ordinary Joes. The bigger Joes, like the Talons and the box sets, where you've got two Joes and you've got some vehicles, that's going to be a little bit more expensive, reaching up to maybe $100. In this case, about 1,700 pesos, 1,600 pesos per figure, and imagine what you're getting with it. So I think it's still a good purchase. It's still for a collector, and even for not so casual collectors, even for casual collectors, that price point is still up there. Although if you're a casual collector, these guys are a little bit off the normal G.I. Joes that you know. So you'd probably invest in more known and more popular characters. But I like Big Ben. I like the way he stands. I like the way he looks. I like the pockets on his pants, man. Amazing. So let's do a final toy review. Is he not cool? Is he cool? Or is he totally cool? That's always a question, right? But that's what these reviews are for. If you ask me, and you are not asking me, but I'm gonna give my opinion anyway, I think he's cool. I think he's cool. Chip Talon, Chip Raptor Talon was totally cool. Big Ben could be a foot soldier. Not totally cool, but still cool. Still cool. Still a worthy addition to any G.I. Joe collection. So, let me know in the comment section if you have other opinions or if you have other thoughts. If there are other G.I. Joes that you see on this wall that you want to be featured on Throwback Thursday, we'd love to hear from you. So with that, we thank you for watching this episode and seeing us through until the end of this video. Looking forward to seeing you on the next videos. Don't forget to hit like, just so that you can tell YouTube this is the kind of stuff you want to see and that we're making good content. And don't forget to smash the subscribe button so you'd see us in future episodes. Hit that bell button so you won't miss out on any new episodes we're coming out, whether it's G.I. Joe, Transformers, or any of the other toys we have in the collection. We'd love to show them to you, and we'd love to know what you want to see. Follow us on Facebook and TikTok as we're developing those channels. And from one toy collector to another, guys, remember, toys are not just cool, they're totally cool. So happy collecting. Bye-bye. A real American hero, G.I. Joe. Well, in this case, a real British hero, G.I. Joe.